today I have another story. But it's not Dakota and Hannah, okay? It's another story. I made it up myself today. Yesterday had to be the day I wanted to make another story because I wanted to have a little bit of fun. Like, who doesn't want to have a little bit of fun? So I created this story today, and I hope you guys like it. Once upon a time, on a warm summer afternoon in 1886, there lived a young boy named James. James was a curious and adventurous boy, always seeking for excitement and fun. However, on this particular day, he found himself bored and restless. As James sat on the porch of his family's old Victorian house, he pondered over what he could do to make the day even more interesting. Just as he was about to give up, something extraordinary happened. James somehow found himself transported into a giant park he had never seen before. Wide-eyed and filled with wonder, James looked around in amazement. The park seemed to stretch on forever, with lush green grass, towering trees, and colorful flowers as far as the eye could see. But what caught his attention the most was a small white rabbit hopping towards a rabbit hole. Intrigued, James decided to follow the rabbit, his curiosity getting the better of him. He chased after the rabbit until they both reached the entrance of the rabbit hole. Without hesitation, James took a deep breath and jumped in. The fall seemed to last forever, and James felt a mix of excitement and fear. As he descended into the unknown, finally he landed with a soft thud in a long hallway. The walls were adorned with countless doors, each one different from the other. As James stood there, contemplating which door to choose, he noticed a white rabbit disappearing through a small door at the end of the hallway. Without thinking twice, James hurriedly made his way towards the door, eager to continue his adventure. Upon entering, James found himself in a breathtaking garden. The air was filled with sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the vibrant colors painted a picturesque scene. James was captive and by the beauty surrounding him and longed to explore further. However, there was a problem. The door he had entered, though, was now too small for him to fit back through. Panic started to set in as James realized he was trapped in the hallway, like in the garden, he could only see the garden with his shoulders, like only his head could fit in and not the rest of his body. Just as he was about to give up hope, he noticed a small table nearby. On the table sat a tiny bottle with the label that read, "Drink me." Curiosity once again got the better of James, and he decided to take a sip from the potion. To his astonishment, he began to shrink rapidly until he was small to fit enough through the door. Excited by his newfound size, James eagerly made his way towards the key that he had left behind. However, just as he was about to reach it, he noticed a delicious-looking cake at the table. The cake had a sign that said, "Eat me." Oh my god. James hesitated for a moment, torn between his desire to retrieve the key and his curiosity about the cake. Ultimately, his hunger won, and he took a bite of the cake. Suddenly, everything went dark, and James felt himself falling into a deep sleep. To be continued. And yes, that was my story. A little bit too long for me to read, to be honest. So what I liked about this story, It's like it's related to like Alice in Wonderland, but different. It's about a boy named James, and somehow he teleported into a park. I don't know, whatever. Then he sees the white rabbit. He enters the rabbit hole. He ends up in a hallway with doors, and then he couldn't fit through the small door, and then he had to drink the potion that said "drink me," and he had to eat the cake that said "eat me." And I just really thought that this story was Alice in Wonderland because I love the movie Alice in Wonderland. So, what I like about James is that James is like curious and adventurous all the time. So, I guess I'll see you guys in another video. I'll release part 2 in another day. I'll see you guys, I don't know, later. Bye!